Welcome back to World Coins History. You've heard the saying, old is gold, but these rare quarter-dollar coins that are worth more than you might imagine. Before you watch entire video and comment if you find one of these. Who knows? Your next treasure could be hiding a fortune. Let's dive in. Top 1. Today we're talking about one of the most iconic and recent US coins, the 2021 Washington crossing the Delaware quarter. This isn't just another coin in your pocket. It's a piece of modern American history that's catching fire among collectors, and what makes it even more thrilling is that some of these coins have secret details and rare errors that could turn them into real treasures. This quarter was released after the end of the 50 State Quarters in America the Beautiful series, bringing something bold and patriotic to your hands. It shows General George Washington leading his troops across the Delaware River, a powerful image full of strength and purpose. But aside from the design, what truly excites collectors is the hidden value and rarity that some of these coins carry. If you have one, or you're curious about what makes it special, you're in the right place. Don't miss a single second of this. Now, let's talk rarity. Not every 2021 quarter is just 25 cents. Some have very specific minting errors that send their value way up. There have been quarters found with strong die breaks, most commonly near Washington's hat or the top edge of the coin. These die breaks appear like raised blobs or chips, and they're not damage, they're actual minting mistakes. That makes them extremely desirable. In some cases, coins with visible die chips or cracks have sold for more than $100, especially when found in clean, uncirculated condition. Another rare type is the struck through grease error. That's when grease or debris covers parts of the die during the minting process, which causes parts of the design to look faded or missing. Some 2021 quarters have shown missing letters, soft facial features on Washington, or blurry reverse details. These aren't flaws from use, they're factory errors, and collectors love them. Also, keep an eye out for any signs of doubling. Some coins show slight doubling in the date or in the phrase, e pluribus unum. These double dies are extremely collectible. There was one quarter sold at a local coin show in Phoenix with a doubled reverse that went for over $135. That's a huge jump from pocket change to auction table. Here's a solid tip for every collector or casual finder watching: always carry a simple magnifying glass or use your phone camera to zoom in on the details. Look closely at Washington's eye, the boat, the flag, and the lettering. Any doubling, strange bumps, missing parts, or misaligned text could be a sign that you've got a rare variety in your hands. Also, look at the edge of the coin. If the rim looks too thick on one side or totally off balance, that could be a clear sign of an off-center strike. Another thing to check is the coin's shine. A quarter that still holds that strong, original mint luster with no scratches or wear might be what collectors call MS, or mint state. These coins, even without major errors, can sell for a premium just because of their condition. Uncirculated 2021 quarters in high grade have already sold in cities like New York and Atlanta for over $60 to $80, depending on how perfect they appear under grading standards. Even though the mintage numbers were decent, the number of quarters from 2021 that carry strong errors or remain in brilliant mint condition is much lower than people think. That's why demand is growing fast. Collectors across the country are adding this coin to their sets, and more eyes are now watching every quarter that passes through hands and registers. It's not just about the design, it's about what could be hiding in plain sight. Now here's what you've been waiting for. The value. Some 2021 Washington crossing the Delaware quarters, with major die breaks or struck through errors, have sold for over $180 in private sales and live auctions. Uncirculated mint state examples with beautiful finish and no errors have sold between $50 and $120 depending on grade and condition. These prices have shown up in coin shops in cities like Denver, Las Vegas, Orlando, and even small local markets where collectors gather. Top 2, I'm going to take you deep into the world of a coin that most people overlook but collectors absolutely love, and if you're a coin hunter or even just a beginner with a good eye, you might be holding on to a small treasure without even knowing it. So stay with me till the very end, because the 1990 quarter isn't just any quarter, it's a hidden gem, and I'm about to show you why. The 1990 Washington quarter may look plain on the surface, but believe me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. This was a time before the 50-state quarters began, so the reverse still features the majestic eagle with wings spread and talons gripping the arrows, but it's not just about the design, it's about what lies beneath: small details, minting quirks and rare errors that turn this everyday coin into a high-demand piece for collectors across the country. One of the biggest reasons collectors are chasing after the 1990 quarter is because of its rare minting errors. Now, some of these coins were struck with off-center errors where the image is misaligned and that results in part of the design being cut off. These types of errors are extremely popular in the collecting world because they are visually dramatic and each one is slightly different, so it feels like owning a one-of-a-kind coin. Collectors in cities like Dallas and Atlanta have paid over $120 for clean off-center 1990 quarters that show strong, visible details. Another rare variation to look out for is the missing clad layer error. Now remember, US quarters are usually made of a copper core with a nickel coating, but sometimes that outer layer is missing on one side or both, making the coin look completely copper or have a strange texture. This kind of error is easy to spot and highly collectible. One such 1990 quarter with the clad layer missing sold for more than $150 at a coin auction in Phoenix, and it wasn't even graded, it was just found in a roll of change. There are also reports of 1,990 quarters showing signs of doubling, known as double die errors, where parts of the date or lettering appear slightly stamped twice. If you have a coin with "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" looking doubled, especially under magnification, that might be a rare double die which can increase the value dramatically, especially in uncirculated condition. Collectors at a recent show in Chicago were seen paying over $80 for a strong double die coin from this year. Here's something important for all collectors to know: the 1990 quarter was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so you'll find coins with a small P or D below Washington's neck, but always check that area closely because some errors involve weak or missing mint marks, and even slight misalignments or damage there can add to the rarity. If you find a 1990 quarter that looks different or has an unusual surface, don't ignore it. Those little differences could make a big impact on the value. Tips for collectors who are searching for 1990 quarters: start with rolls of coins from the bank or local coin dealers. Check for mint luster, which means the coin still shines like new, and use a magnifying glass to inspect all the fine details. Always check the edge for discoloration, which could point to a missing clad layer, and if the coin feels lighter or heavier than normal, that could also be a sign of a rare planchet error. Also try to compare coins side by side with other known quarters from the same era. You'll notice differences more clearly that way. What makes this coin exciting is that it's still out there in circulation right now. People are still finding valuable 1990 quarters in pocket change, at garage sales, in coin rolls, and even in old jars kept away for years. That's what makes this so much fun. It's the thrill of the hunt and the possibility that a simple quarter you thought was just pocket change might actually be worth way more than its face value. And now let's talk numbers, because that's what we all want to know. How much are these coins actually worth? Well, it depends on the condition and the error, but some 1990 quarters with rare errors like off-center strikes, missing clad layers, or strong double dies have sold for over $150 to $200 in auctions and coin shops across places like New York, Las Vegas, and Denver. Even regular 1990 quarters in perfect uncirculated mint state condition have sold for $60 to $90 just because of how well preserved they are. Top 3. We're diving deep into the mystery and value of the 1970 quarter dollar. This is not just a story about old coins, it's about hidden treasures that many people still don't know they're holding. So if you're a collector or a curious coin hunter, stay with me, because by the end of this video you might just be rushing to check your coin jar. The 1970 quarter holds a powerful place in U.S. coin history. It was minted during a time when the country was transitioning through several historical events. And even though millions were produced, only a few carry unique features that make them extremely collectible. What really makes this coin exciting for collectors isn't just its age, but the errors and variations that appeared during its production, especially at the San Francisco Mint. Now let me tell you something thrilling in the world of rare coins. One of the most famous varieties of this quarter is the 1970 S-proof quarter that was accidentally struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter planchet. Yes, you heard that right, a US coin struck on a foreign coin metal. This kind of minting error is incredibly rare, and one of those legendary examples actually sold at auction for over $35,000. This is why collectors go crazy over 1,970 quarters, because when something this wild happens, it shakes the entire coin world. But even the standard circulation 1970 quarters have their place among valuable finds. Some of these coins come with off-center strikes where part of the design is pushed too far to one side, and that's the kind of visual flaw collectors love because it's instantly noticeable, and every off-center coin is unique. If you find a 1970 quarter that shows Washington's head shifted with part of the words cut off, you're likely looking at a coin that could sell for more than $100 in today's collector market, especially in places like Chicago, New York, or Los Angeles. Another error to look for is the double die variety where the letters or numbers appear to be doubled. This can be spotted on words like Liberty or on the date itself, and you'll need a magnifying glass to really catch it, but once you do, you've got a coin that can fetch serious money. Collectors have paid over $150 for strong double die examples from this year, and that demand continues to rise as more people start hunting for these coins. Now here's a tip for all collectors and coin lovers: if you're going through 1970 quarters, check the coin edges to a missing reeded edge or a smooth edge instead of the usual ridges could mean a planchet error. Also weigh your coin, because if it feels slightly lighter or heavier than a normal quarter, that could point to a metal composition issue, and those are the types of things grading companies look for when deciding how valuable your coin might be. If you happen to come across a 1970 quarter with a sharp strike, original mint luster, and no major scratches or wear, don't overlook it. Even a standard coin in brilliant uncirculated condition can go for a good premium. These are the kinds of coins that collectors search for to complete their sets, and values have been climbing year after year, so don't underestimate how important condition can be in the value of your find. This coin might look like something small and simple, but the 1970 quarter has become a rising star in the coin collecting world, and it's still being found in everyday places, from old drawers to family collections to forgotten jars at estate sales. The thrill of discovering a rare 1970 quarter is real, and collectors across the country are actively hunting for them right now. The demand is high and the interest only keeps growing with each new discovery. Now let's talk price. Some of the most valuable 1970 quarters, like the rare proof struck on a Canadian coin, have sold for more than $35,000 at auction in places like heritage auctions, and even more modest errors like off-center strikes or double dies have sold between $100 and $150 depending on condition and rarity. Clean uncirculated examples without errors have gone for $75 to $90, especially when graded and certified in professional markets. So the next time you spot a 1970 quarter, take a second look, because what you're holding might not just be change, it might be history, and maybe even a hidden treasure just waiting for someone like you to find it. Top 4. You're about to discover something truly special about the 1973 United States quarter dollar, so don't blink or you'll miss the chance to unlock some amazing secrets about this coin that could change the way you look at your loose change forever. This is not just any quarter, but a piece of history packed with unique details and rare varieties that make it a hot favorite for collectors all around the world. Stay with me and listen carefully, because every word in this video could lead you to find a hidden gem that's highly sought after in the coin collecting community. The 1973 quarter was minted in the heart of a fascinating era, and despite millions being produced, there are certain versions of this coin that stand out in extraordinary ways. It's the kind of coin that, when found in the right condition or with special errors, can skyrocket in value beyond what you might expect. For coin collectors, this year is like a goldmine, and those who are familiar with mint errors or varieties know exactly what to look for to spot something truly rare and valuable. One of the most exciting things about the 1973 quarter is the occurrence of off-center strikes. These happen when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process and part of the design is cut off or pushed to the edge. This kind of error immediately catches the eye, and collectors absolutely love these quirks because no two off-center coins are exactly the same. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes, and believe me, those coins have sold for hundreds of dollars in places like New York auctions or coin shows across the country. Another fascinating rarity is the double die error. This means that during the minting process the coin's design was struck twice, causing a shadowy or doubled image especially visible on the date or lettering. When you spot this on a 1973 quarter, you're looking at something that collectors will fight over. This type of error has made coins from this year worth well over $150 at auction, and the demand for them continues to grow as more collectors learn about these special varieties. Collectors who want to add value to their 1973 quarters should also pay close attention to the coin's condition. Coins that still have their original mint luster and sharp details without scratches or wear command the highest prices even if they don't have any errors, and in the professional grading market these coins can sell for over $70. The key is to handle coins carefully and avoid cleaning them because natural condition always trumps anything artificial when it comes to value. If you're on the hunt for a great addition to your collection or maybe just starting out, keep an eye on the edges and weight of these quarters. Sometimes subtle differences like missing reeds on the coin's edge or an unusual weight can point to planchet errors, and these can raise the coin's value significantly. Remember that every small detail matters in coin collecting, and being patient and observant could reward you with a very special coin. The 1973 quarter dollar is truly a star in the coin collecting world and continues to be in high demand from collectors in cities like Chicago, Dallas, and Los Angeles. The thrill of discovering a rare error or a coin in pristine condition is what keeps the hunt alive, and with so many collectors competing, the market value for these quarters is only moving upwards. When we talk about price, the original market value for a standard 1973 quarter dollar in circulated condition is usually around 25 cents, but when you discover those rare error coins or coins in brilliant uncirculated condition, their value jumps dramatically. You can find off-center strike examples selling for $200 or more at popular auctions, and double die coins often fetch prices between $100 and $200. Depending on the quality and demand, it's amazing to see how something so small can hold such exciting value and potential. Top 5. We're uncovering the hidden charm and value behind the 1979 United States quarter dollar. This coin may look like your everyday change, but trust me, it holds a special place for collectors and treasure hunters alike. You're about to learn all the secrets that make this quarter stand out and why every collector wants to add it to their collection. So pay close attention, because what I'm about to share could lead you to a rare find that's truly worth your time and excitement. The 1979 quarter dollar was minted during a time when the United States was producing coins with precision, but like any mass production, some fascinating errors and unique features slipped through the cracks. These little quirks can instantly transform a regular quarter into a collector's dream. One of the most sought-after traits for this coin is the presence of die errors, such as doubling on the lettering or date, which creates a striking double die effect. This error is incredibly popular because it makes the coin visually stunning and immediately grabs the attention of collectors all over the country. If you ever find a 1979 quarter with an off-center strike, you've stumbled onto a true rarity. Coins struck off-center are not just unusual but highly prized because each error is completely unique and tells a story of the minting process gone a little sideways. These error coins can fetch prices well beyond face value, especially when they are preserved in excellent condition. For those who appreciate condition and detail, the 1979 quarter also shines in its uncirculated form. Coins that come straight from the mint with a brilliant shine and crisp details are always in high demand. Professional grading services can authenticate these and help collectors realize their true value. The more pristine the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay, sometimes hundreds of dollars at auctions in big cities like New York and Chicago. Collectors who want to maximize their find should keep an eye on the coin's edges and surface for any unusual marks or variations, because the 1979 quarter was produced in large quantities. Spotting one with an error or exceptional quality is like finding a needle in a haystack, but that's exactly what makes it so thrilling to hunt for. Patience and a keen eye can really pay off in this hobby. The 1979 quarter dollar continues to be a favorite for coin enthusiasts and collectors nationwide. The combination of its historical significance and the exciting potential for rare errors makes it a coin that should never be overlooked. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this quarter has something special to offer, and the market demand is as strong as ever. Talking about value, the original market price of a standard 1979 quarter dollar in circulated condition is simply 25 cents, but here's the exciting part: when you discover a coin with one of those rare double die errors or off-center strikes, the price can climb dramatically. These special coins have been known to sell for anywhere between $100 to $200 in auctions or private sales in places like Los Angeles and Miami, depending on their condition and rarity. It's truly amazing how a small coin can carry such a big story and value. So next time you're sorting through your change, don't just toss that 1979 quarter aside. Take a moment, examine it closely, and who knows, you might just be holding onto a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered.